Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Mac and Chuck Show. This is one of your hosts, Scott McKenzie, and Chuck Hill will be with us soon.
Good evening, everybody. How you doing tonight?
Hey, how was that?
That was perfect, man. You nailed it. You nailed it perfectly.
That was pretty
Damn,
cool.
you're smooth. Yeah.
So you still feeling under the weather there, Cheez-It?
Oh, man, I feel like total garbage. It's not even funny.
Well, if it helps, you look like garbage, too.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, just, to match the look with the way you feel.
Hey, you know what? I appreciate the, I think maybe compliment. You know, we're friends, so friends insult each other, right?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, at least I know we're still friends.
You're rutabaga. So anyway, how's everybody doing this Sunday evening? We are here. We are adapting as usual. We had a show planned. Some things happen as they always do. So we come to you with we just kind of spin right on the moment, huh?
Yeah, things happen. People change. Love grows. Love dies. You know, it's just one of those things.
Dude, you went like way over here.
A little too much for you?
Yeah, it's 6 o'clock on Sunday night, and I have to work tomorrow. You want to dial it down a bit, please?
Sure, I can dial it down just a little bit.
Just a smidge.
Just a smidge. So
no, Mark, we don't give compliments here.
It's all insults. All insults.
All insults all night long.
24/7, 365. No holidays.
367, 25 hours a day.
Sure.
So you had something to say that you wanted to lead off with.
I do.
The floor is yours, sir.
Well, thank you very much. I have to take a moment and say today, 23 years ago, my first wife gave birth to a wonderful, beautiful, bouncing baby girl. And she has touched my life in so many different ways that I can't even begin to express just how much this woman means to me that is in my life and has been for the last 23 years. She continues to amaze me on a continual basis. She just is absolutely talented. She's a wonderful mother. She's a wonderful wife. And I just want to take a moment to say that, Shelpinick, I love you. I'm very proud of you. And happy birthday to you, sweetie.
Take a moment.
I know, right?
That kind of hurt when you said woman. I'm like, wait a minute. She was just.
I know. When did that happen?
Yeah. Was I asleep? Did I pull the Rip Van Winkle? What happened?
No, I think, it's so funny that, as our kids grow and they just become parents, and then, as my mom would attest, grandparents, it's amazing just to watch them grow and blossom into beautiful people.
Well, it's amazing how it seems that you go from children to grandchildren to great-grandchildren, which I'm sure is your mother's case. And it seems like it happens overnight.
It really does. You hear people say that, and it's like, you just kind of think, yeah, whatever, but then when it actually hits you in the face one day and you wake up and you're like, holy
Literally.
Crap, I'm a grandpa, Here
you go, Pawpaw.
Yeah.
What do I do with this?
Right?
It's been about 20 years. What do I do?
Right. And then, my uncle, he's actually a great uncle. My Aunt Donna, she's a great aunt. No, wait, great aunt, so life goals, man, things to attain as you get older and as the old timers keeps on ticking.
Or as Carol Burnett says, as the stomach turns.
Oh, no kidding. So, want to welcome everyone to the show tonight. Just to give you kind of an update, I'm running off of a different machine tonight. So, if you notice something different, first of all, I am not feeling well. So Mac's probably going to be carrying the payload of the show this evening. And then, not only that, so if I have some technical difficulties, I'm actually running, for those of you who are computer nerds such as myself a little bit, I'm running off of a Linux box tonight. So it's an interesting experience so far. So far things they're running okay, just a little differently. DJ Whiteout's not here this evening. He is actually, since I'm not feeling well, I told him to stay home tonight. Just so he could, not take any chances of getting the crud. So
the plague.
The plague, yeah. I don't think I'm 100% sure it's not COVID related. There are no COVID symptoms going on. I just feel like crap.
Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you get vaccinated; you can still get it.
Well, I am vaccinated,
It doesn't matter.
so yeah. So,
But
but
I
anyway,
digress.
let's not get political tonight. Let's not lose people tonight.
Quiet, monkey. So anyway, adjusting on the fly like we always do, not adjusting our
Yeah.
flies. I was watching a miniseries I haven't watched in a few years today, so I was kind of thinking, kind of throwing it out there, what miniseries, and if anybody says the Thornbirds, I'm turning this thing off.
Holy crap, man! I haven't heard that in like ages.
We're
Thornbirds.
doing the 10-minute show because I'm not listening to that garbage.
I'm like, okay, hold on a second though. Was that not like the epitome of '80s terrible drama movies or terrible
Yes.
drama series? The Thornbird. I mean, even the name itself. I mean,
I don't know. All I know is my mother got every time it came on, and it was like,
right. You got to ask yourself what Einstein came up with that name, the Thornbirds. Mark says, and I sat next to the crowd. I mean, yes, Mark, you did. Thankfully, I was feeling okay last night. I think it's allergies. I woke up this morning feeling kind of crummy. So I think you and Amy are safe.
You said your entire throat was shut.
Yeah. Don't go there. Don't go there. By the way, congratulations to the Granite City High School class of 1990 on your 30/31 year reunion last night. Pretty awesome. It was nice to be a part of that. So congratulations to you guys.
It's also nice to know people there, so you're just not standing there in a corner rocking back and forth, going, "Here's your picture. Here's your picture. Here's your picture."
Right? No kidding.
Don't mess with the camera. Don't mess with the camera.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh my gosh, dude, that's one of the biggest hassles when you're doing something like that.
How bad was it?
Last night was not bad. I only had one instance, which I told you about earlier, that and that didn't surprise you with that particular person.
Not at all.
But a couple years back, I shot a wedding, and
Literally?
I was not shot up a wedding, a wedding, not shot up a wedding.
Okay, fair.
No, a couple years back, I shot a wedding where I had a photo booth set up, and some genius decided that they knew how to work my photo booth camera better than I did, and went over and changed all the settings. And so while I'm in the middle of shooting the wedding, my daughter and your ex-wife actually came out to tell me that, well, the photo booth isn't working. So I had to stop what I was doing, go inside, take care of it, and get everything up and running again. And just because someone can't keep their damn hands to themselves and off other people's equipment, but I really don't understand.
He does not digress. He does not digress. Keep it going.
Yeah. You wanted an interesting show tonight? Oh, the stories I could tell.
Hey,
but yeah,
it's a pot. Oh, look, Doge.
Hey, we've got our third co-host, Shami.
Now she wants to fight my hand. Go away.
You know what? I think my nose is getting bigger.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, that is your randomist for the evening.
What's this? As I look
Anybody
at
else have any random stuff they wanted to say? My ears are drooping. As
I gaze upon my visage here in the camera, and I see the light shining off my nose, I'm like, I'm getting older. And they say your nose and your ears continue to grow.
What are you, the Tudor era English? What are you doing? As I look at my visage in this reflective box I'm looking at.
I know, right? Anyway, all right, on with the show. It's your show. On with the show.
What, you're not going to sing that part? On with the show. This is it.
My throat hurts. I can't do it tonight.
That's what she said.
Everyone shall be spared my singing this evening.
Hallelujah. Let me write this date and time down. No, I was flipping through, watching, because all these channels of television that people have to watch nowadays, there's still absolutely nothing on. So looking through the old HBO Max app, I ran across John Adams starring Paul Giamatti.
Yeah.
So I had to watch that again. That's I really enjoy that, but me being the history buff, why wouldn't I enjoy that? So that kind of led me to think, what other shows, miniseries, you can even say, multi-part documentaries. Because I watched the documentary on Woodstock 99 earlier this weekend. And that stuff I had never heard before. Stuff that was never reported on. It was mind blowing.
Right.
I mean, first off, when you set a concert up on an Air Force base, that's nothing but concrete. You know, nothing bad could happen, right? In the middle of August in New York, nothing bad can happen.
No, not at all.
The sun doesn't feel like 120 degrees reflecting off the concrete. Oh, you're fine. Charge $4 for water? Sure.
Yeah. You know, it's funny because I remember some of Woodstock 99, like watching the documentary a while back, and then watching the documentaries from Woodstock back in '69. And Woodstock 99 was like totally the opposite of the whole point of Woodstock, you know?
It was, but there's a lot of stuff that happened in Woodstock 69 that they talk about there that nobody really ever knew about. It was never really reported, you know,
right.
Bad stuff. You know, back in the day, you know, people tearing down a fence to break into the concert, you know.
Right. Interestingly enough, originally it wasn't supposed to be a free concert.
No, not at all. They actually have. I mean, if you see some people around, probably, you know, our parents' age now, they probably still have ticket stubs. I think I've seen a few of them, you know, post those and say, you know, this is where I was. Stuff like that's amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So, what did you like most about the Woodstock 99 documentary?
Well, my leanings, you know, listening to the people that were talking about it, I'm just like, oh, gee, shut up.
Like your political leanings?
Yes. People like Moby.
Yeah.
You know, talking, you know, who is uber leftist. You know, I just kind of like that, you know, well, all this happened and this and this. I get it. A lot of the stuff, you know, it was amazing to me that a lot of the how different personalities each artist group was, because, you know, you had some people say, you know, quit groping the women, you know,
right,
all that stuff that happened there too, and yet you had other artists who really ramped up the crowd after continuous, you know, the conditions were just deteriorating so bad that these people were staying up all night. They were on drugs, you know, there was no sleep. So, you know, that affects your mentality, and, you know, you get somebody up on stage just telling you to take every ounce of bad feeling you have and let it out. You know, that's just a prescription for what happened.
Right. So do you like watching the more historical documentaries, or do you like watching the more music related documentaries? Like, what are your favorite documentaries to watch?
It really depends on what catches my attention at the time. You know, everybody's, you know, what do I feel like watching? You know, I just came across the John Adams one because I thought Paul Giamatti did a great job in that. I don't know if you've ever seen that or not, but it's definitely worth
I have, I watched it. I watched it once,
Right. So I went back, you know, today and watched a few episodes. Can't remember the guy's name. David Morse, I think his name is, who played Washington.
Okay. Yeah, the name sounds familiar. I'd probably recognize him.
You would. He played in The Negotiator. Tall, short.
And he's tall and short?
Shut up. Let me finish. Tall guy, short blonde hair, you know, gravelly voice.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Mark says Amy likes to watch shows about murder. What is it with women and wanting to watch, you know, all the true crime? And, you know, I really think there's an ulterior motive on that. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think I am.
It's called research.
See, that's where you know. Then you see these shows like, you know, Snapped. It's like,
well, I'll tell you what, man. I really enjoy. For some reason, I really enjoy the murder shows also about serial killers and those types of documentaries. And for me, I think that it's more because of the psychological aspect of it and just kind of how people think. Mm-hmm. Like when I was growing up, at one point I actually wanted to be a psychiatrist or a psychologist, you know, something to do with, you know, working with people's minds. I kind of decided, though, obviously went a different route, but those things always intrigue me. Mm-hmm. Like just why people think the way they do and do the things that they do.
Well, did you ever watch the David Berkowitz documentary that was on Netflix, the Son of Sam one?
Yeah, they've got a new show now. I haven't watched yet though. It's called The Sons of Sam.
No, this
But
one here, I
yeah,
think, was
years
called
ago.
Descent into Darkness. I think this one was called.
I'm not sure if I saw that or not, but I am familiar with that particular
That
case,
is,
I guess, if you will.
I learned a lot of what I never knew. How far-reaching it was, how involved with not just him. That was like a total from New York to North Dakota down to it was amazing. Yeah, Mark says it is all research is why women watch the murder shows. I agree.
I'm sure it is. I've got no doubts at all about that. You watch enough Law and Order and like all those other shows, you don't mess with those people because
and get away with
it. Yeah. I think I read something the other day that was talking about it was another meme that said what you do is you bury the body 6 feet, 12 feet under, then you plant an endangered species above it. And that way, then they can never dig the body up because of an endangered species. I mean, all kinds of stuff.
You're talking like plants or trees or something,
right?
Jeez.
Right.
Well, at least it'll fertilize the ground, right?
Yeah. Okay, we got a new viewer here, Thomas Jackson. Hey, Thomas, thanks for joining the show. Appreciate it. He says, "Hey guys, love the show, especially when you talk about what's going on in the local communities. As a fellow Granite Cityan, I am hoping our new mayor in Granite City will really revive our city." That's awesome, Thomas. Yeah, we're welcome to the show. Appreciate you joining. And we agree with you. Also, Mac and I are both excited about what's going on with the new administration. So do stay tuned to the Mac and Chuck show because we've got some things coming up with the city we're pretty excited about doing.
Mm-hmm.
The Mayor's Listening series will also be in August. I think they're doing 2 more series. They're going to do one with the police and the fire department, and they're going to do one with the mayor himself. It's kind of a recap. So thanks, Thomas. Appreciate it.
Is that the 4th and the 18th, I believe, right?
I think so. Mark could definitely give us the information on that. Speaking of Mark, he comes in and says, on a serious note, he's so intrigued by how they find the one who did the crime. And that's a good point. I mean, so there's a TV show, speaking of series. Hi, Kim. Welcome back. We're always happy to see you. One of the shows that was on Netflix is called Mindhunter. It's about back when the behavioral analysis unit got started back in the 70s and kind of how they started kind of looking at that. And,
I need to get on that one too. I've been told about
it's
that.
good.
Right.
Yeah, it's really good. It delves into, again, the psychology of these criminals and just, why they behave in the way that they do. And it's very, very a little disconcerting because it's a lot of stuff that you wouldn't even think.
How messed up people really are.
Yeah, and how deeply rooted that this actually is. So yeah, if you get a chance to check that out, I highly recommend checking out Mindhunter.
Okay.
So yeah, really good show.
So now I got to watch the end of John Adams. I have to watch this now. Come on, man. Take it easy.
Hey, you're gonna have to give up on that new job, man. You're gonna have to sit around and do nothing and watch TV.
Can I get paid for it?
I'm gonna not comment on that one. But we're gonna keep the show non-political tonight.
No, that ends in September. That doesn't do me any good.
Yeah. So, but no, if you get a chance, watch that show. It's got a guy in there. His name is Jonathan something. I forget what his last name is.
Jonathan something. That's an interesting name.
Yeah, he was on Glee when it was on.
No, I have no clue who you're talking about.
Yeah, I didn't think you would.
No.
But there's another show that I didn't really think I would be able to get into. Like, even though it's called Glee, I didn't think I'd be able to get into it. But I actually found myself really enjoying it. Mark says August 2nd and 16th.
Okay. Good.
So Thomas, Thomas, stay tuned to the Mac and Chuck show because we'll be live streaming the Mayor's Listening series on both of those dates. But yeah, thanks, Mark, for letting us know that. But back to Glee, it was actually really good. The storylines were pretty good. They did a couple of storylines that were like really, really serious. I mean, sometimes people can take it too far and be overly serious about some things.
Hey, Mike Pence, you got a fly on your hat.
I know that little. I freaking hate. Oh man. Anyway. But Glee really touched on a couple of subjects that really, I mean, like when the school shootings were really going on. That episode is really one that it's a little rough to watch, especially if you've been affected by one of those shootings. And the other one was when one of the lead actors, Corey Monteith, when he passed away. Regardless of how the guy died, I mean, it was a drug related overdose. But anytime that someone close to you passes away or whatever, it's really difficult. A difficult time, and I think that Glee did a great job on handling that show. Especially, a lot of people say, well, they're an actor. Who cares that they died? Well, a lot of people care that they died, particularly their family, and the fans care because maybe they connected with that actor in some way or some shape or form that just kind of transformed their lives. Kind of like music, when we're touched by music and musicians. So, anyway, Glee actually turned out to be a good show.
There was a sitcom on, was it the 8 Rules for Dating My Teenage Daughter? Whenever John Ritter died, they did an episode of that too. Yeah. Which, if it's done right, it can be tastefully done in memory of the actor. I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen a show to where their tribute just kind of got lost in translation.
Yeah.
I don't recall one, but I'm sure there's some out there that weren't done exactly the way they probably should have been. But
yeah, I think the biggest insult that a TV show can do to the fans is to just recast the character and pretend like it didn't happen.
Right.
And I know there have been a couple instances of that.
Bewitched, was that one where they kind of
I don't think that the character died.
No, they had hey, have a good night.
Great night, Mark. Thanks.
There was I guess a contractual thing or something to where it was still Darren, but it was played by a different actor.
Right. Now there was a show back in the 80s that what was it called? It's the one that had Sandy Duncan in it. Yeah, they switched it.
Was it
after the mom died? Hogan's, yeah.
The Hogan
That's what
family?
they switched it to, I think. Yeah, I think they switched it to the Hogans after was it
Valerie Harper?
Yeah, she passed away, and they brought in Sandy Duncan, I think, as the aunt. Isn't that what happened there?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, and Vanessa, you're right. Darren, it was Darren, the character of Darren, that was switched. So yeah. Well, and that happened also in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. They switched Aunt Viv out.
Well, that was definitely contractual.
That was contract issues. Yeah.
Right. Oh, and Vanessa brings up another one. Becky was switched out on Roseanne.
Oh yeah, by Sarah Chalke.
Yeah, we know your affinity for Sarah Chalke.
Hey, what can I say? I'm a big Sarah Chalke fan. Scrubs, it's a great show right there, man. Scrubs was good. Yeah, she was good in that. She's done a couple other movies and things like that, but yeah, I gotta say that Sarah Chalke was my favorite Becky. Although when they did the Roseanne the return of Roseanne or whatever before all the controversy in that, it was kind of nice that they brought Sarah Chalke in, not so much as Becky, of course, but as a separate character, just kind of pay tribute to her fans. That was cool.
Sure.
And you're right, Vanessa. She does not age. So I saw a movie with her in it recently. Actually, it was another TV show that she's in.
Really?
Yeah. I forget what the name of it is though.
That's right.
But yeah, she's in another TV show.
Don't mind me. I'm just sitting here doing doing research.
You are during the show researcher.
I do what I can.
So, yeah. So it's interesting.
Firefly Lane.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Yeah. It's a pretty good show too. So we talk about TV shows that we do and don't like. What is your favorite of all time? It's your favorite TV show?
We've already done this.
Well, yeah, but we're talking about series now and miniseries and things like that. Did you have like a particular miniseries that you were just like?
You know what I still watch?
What's that?
V. I'll watch V every time it comes on.
Did you watch the remake of that?
I watched the TV series.
Yeah.
It really didn't last long for me to really get into.
Yeah.
I want to say maybe one season, maybe two.
Yeah, I like that actress that was on it. Miranda Background, I think is her name. I think that's how you pronounce
Yes.
it. V was
Good
good.
job.
Frasier. Yeah, she was also in Gotham. She was pretty good in that.
Yes, that's another one that I really enjoyed.
Yeah, Vanessa likes Frasier. Frasier's awesome. Pretty big Frasier fan. Kelsey Grammer fan. Actually, I'm a pretty big fan. I like to watch his movies. He's got a couple new ones out also. He's been
Really?
back in the acting realm. Yeah, so he's kind of returned. Trying to think about documentaries that I liked. No, sir, I didn't like it.
Okay, fair enough.
So, how about you guys? We've got Vanessa's been commenting and Mark's been commenting. Kim, I'm going to call you out. How about you? What was your favorite miniseries or documentary that you had watched? Either growing up as a kid, and we've already ruled out the Thornbirds. I think you came out a little late for that one.
No Thornbirds.
No Thornbirds. Vanessa says Niles is a way better character. I did enjoy Niles as a character. I did. I liked Roz also on Frasier.
That was one I just couldn't get into was Frasier.
Frasier?
Even though I love Cheers. I mean, it really wasn't the same show. It was kind of the spin-off of it, but I just couldn't get into that.
Right. So I'm trying to think if I have like a favorite, like an absolute favorite miniseries.
It's the Thornbirds, isn't it?
No, it is definitely not the Thornbirds. I promise you it's not the Thornbirds. Lisa, she liked Knight Rider. Okay, awesome. Vanessa, the documentary on Waco or Ruby Ridge. You know, I
saw both of those. Those were fascinating, but so frightening.
Yeah. It's interesting to go back because it kind of goes back to that psychological aspect that we talked about earlier of those cult leaders. It was very intense, Vanessa. Yes. So it does. It kind of goes back to, just to kind of that psychological mentality of first of all, what does it take to become a follower of someone like that, and also.
Here's a question I have, and I don't want to interrupt you, but I do want to get this out while I'm thinking about it. What causes someone? I mean, where does the fine line go from a follower of religion to becoming obsessive about it to becoming someone that everyone needs to follow? I mean, to me, it seems like it's a psychological progression. Mm-hmm. What causes that? I mean, are there mental issues to begin with? Does someone take the words too literal? I'm sure there's a lot of factors, but to me, it's always been fascinating. You've got, what was his name? The Kool-Aid guy.
Oh, Jim and Jones.
Yeah. I mean, you got, what was his name? Marshall Applewhite with the Hale-Bopp comet. What causes these guys to be so magnetic that people want to follow them? I mean, that just blows my mind.
Yeah. I think it's a certain combination that kind of comes together. And Vanessa, you make a good point here. I think it's a certain combination that when the pieces fall into the right places or the wrong places, however you want to look at it, I think it's really got a lot to do with that, because you have someone who's looking for something and they may have that charismatic personality and that a little bit of narcissism that's going on there also. Right. And so they find something and then they learn to manipulate that something. And I think that their charismatic character and their ability to lead, because some people are natural born leaders, you know, and I think that that's kind of where that lines up at. And then so they learn everything they can about the religion or whatever it is, and then they learn to manipulate that. And those people can also pick up on people who are in need or people who are searching, and so they know how to do that and how to draw those people in. And they handpick people to be their outreach for whatever reason. And then next thing you know, you've got a cult. You have a person who has taken what the truth is, and what they take what the truth is, they manipulate it to what someone else's need might be, and then they prey on that need, and next thing you know, you've got people living in bunkers with you. And so I just really think that that's probably what's going on there.
Okay, let me ask you this. David
Yeah.
Koresh, did he really think that? Or, I mean, I know we're getting into the psychology of someone's mind, but
No, that's the great thing about the show.
But my question is, did he really believe this, or did he portray it so well and study? You know, I often wondered if he actually studied psychology to find out where people's breaking points were. To you know, there were so many different things wrapped up in that, and I wish this dog would get off. Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out! There's just so much going on. I mean, there's so many possibilities going on there that it really makes you wonder. You know, are these people? Are the followers broken? Are they? You know, obviously they're looking for something. They need something in their life to grasp onto. That I get.
But to Vanessa's point earlier, yeah.
Right. But at what point do these people, these leaders or these cult leaders, at what point do they fixate on that? Because, you know, they have to start out with one person and convince them, you know, and how did I'm curious how it became so large that they had to build this complex and all these people moved in and it got to the point where they didn't want to go anywhere. I mean, that's the part that I can't wrap my head around.
So I think so I'm going to back up just a little bit because I don't think it actually has to start with one person. I think it could be a public speaker that puts an idea out there and that a couple people grab onto it. Can it start with one person? Sure, I have no doubt about that. But I think that sometimes when you find a group of people who are looking for something and let's say street corner, you know, preachers, or maybe not even preachers, but just, and I use the word preacher not so much in a religious context, but just as, you know, like the street corner crier or whatever you want to call them, right. You know, maybe they say something that, you know, grabs onto a couple different people, or in today's age, you know, maybe they've got a couple, you know, TikToks or Facebook, you know, stories or Instagram stories or something like that. And then they get these people that follow them. And at that point, you have actually got a multitude of people who are following you and are spreading your message at that point. And I think that, you know, when that message gets out there, eventually someone has the idea of, well, let's all get together. You know,
I'm going to throw this up here too.
Yeah, you know, they let's all get together and let's start talking. And next thing you know, you've got cults that are forming, and you know, Lisa, she said, sure, how the victims found it easier to fall into.
And that kind of touches the point of what we were talking about. And actually, she said the show's called The Vow.
Yeah, gotcha. You know, Vanessa, I don't get it. I can't even go camp in a tent, let alone a bunker. Vanessa, I'm kind of with you on that. And she says it sounds kind of like a multi-level market scheme. And
to a degree,
you know, Vanessa, Vanessa, thank you for being active tonight. We definitely appreciate that because you're making some great points. And I think that's a really good point because you have a lot of people who are really good at bringing people on board for the multi-level marketing. And if you think about it, starting a cult is probably not much different. You know, the only difference is that someone is making money. You know, I guess someone's always making money, but I guess the multi-level marketing schemes is there are probably more people making money. But with a cult, it's usually, you know, I don't even know. Do you think it's about the money for a cult leader?
And I was getting ready to say that. I mean, if you watch the Waco documentary, I mean, they were scrounging for food. They were scrounging for medical supplies, you know. So I don't think it's about the money. I think it's about the following.
Okay. So it's a completely narcissistic thing.
See, and we can sit here and say that, but can you really?
Hey, Travis, how's it going tonight? Sorry, go ahead, Matt.
No, you're. We can sit here and say that, but do we really know if it's about the narcissism? You know, did David Koresh really believe that he was the second coming? It's possible. You know, nobody knows and nobody will know.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Some people have really tricked themselves into believing that they are more than, you know, what they are or who they are.
And Vanessa did bring up a good point. I did forget about that.
Which point would that be?
This one.
The don't buy the candle warmers?
No. He said if you read the book, he did take their Social Security disability income.
Yeah, okay.
And kind of grouped it all together. And that's a great point, Vanessa. Thanks for bringing that up. I did forget that.
So that would lead me to believe it was money motivated.
Well, but at the same time, what did he use that money on? Medical? Because, you and I both know that Social Security disability isn't a lot.
Right.
So at that
not
point,
from experience, but,
right.
We're not there yet.
No offense to Cincy people.
Vanessa, I think you done did it. You've been on their blacklist now.
You done did dude it.
She done did dude it.
Yeah, Travis, it's warm up here too, but we're not in South Texas.
So Justin, honestly, he feels it's all about the money. He feels it's all people, it's themselves. It's a good point, Justin. Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah, welcome to the show. I know you're a new watcher also, so thank you for joining the show. Appreciate that. But that's another good point here. When you've got 30 people on $1,800 per month, that tends to add up.
It does add up, but how many people? Did they have over 100 people there? Women, children, men.
Yeah,
food.
I think we're still talking about the Waco situation, right? Or
I believe
are we just
so.
kind of talking
I believe
cults
so.
in general. Okay,
I believe we are.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I watched the documentaries on. Hell, we watched it unfold on live TV, man.
We did. See, Vanessa says in the end over 300.
So that's a lot of folks, Justin, you can tune in every week, every Sunday at 6 p.m. We will be here.
Keep that throat lubricated.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna. All right.
All right, he says.
All right. I'm gonna save some things up. So I want to take just a quick break here. I meant to mention this earlier at the beginning of the show. Because typically, we talk about local businesses here in town, and that and just to kind of promote a place. If you're no, this isn't a paid advertisement or whatever. I just want to make that clear. City Buzz here in Granite City. Have you ever been over there?
Where is that?
It's over by Goodwill store. Across from sort of cat corner from Bendy's.
It used to be the head shop, didn't it?
I think so. It may have been. Yeah, either that or it was right next to it. I know there's a tobacco store right next to it now.
Okay. It used the head shop used to be the last shop pointing towards Kmart.
Okay, yep, it was the head shop then. It was the head shop.
I just remember that as a kid. I'm like, they have heads in there?
That's not where I would have gone with it, but that's okay. I've got more of a warped mind.
I was young and naive.
So, let's see. Didn't it move? Kim says yes. Strawberry Hill. And, all right. Hey, you know what, Justin? Let's go ahead and tout you up there real quick. And anyway, let me say this about City Buzz real quick. If you guys get a chance, go in there. That's the only place I get my hair cut.
Your head chopped?
Here in town. My head chopped. Yeah, at the head shop. Get your head chopped at the head shop. And Mac is gone for the evening, folks. So, but yeah, no, if you get a chance to go over there, John, the owner, I don't know him personally, but he's got a great group of people over there that always do a great job for me. Had my head trimmed by Noelle last time I was in there. She did a fantastic job. That would be my hair. Had my head trimmed. Head trimmed, ears lowered, But you get a chance, head over there to those guys. And ask for Noelle. She's awesome. Does a great job. Did a great job on my hair. Listened to exactly what I wanted done. So, yep. And for those of you who didn't see it, Justin, who's on the show tonight, he's starting his own lawn care company. Bus stations by 7-Eleven, right?
Couple blocks down.
Yeah. But if you get a chance to look Justin up on Facebook, if you need some lawn work done, Justin, I might actually reach out to you. But
a little warm to cut that grass, is it?
Yeah, it's a little warm. It's been a little wet, and by the time I get a chance to go cut it, then I can't because I've got to be at work or whatever, and then a bunch of other stuff going on. So, and it's really hard to get lawn care companies to come out and do a one-time cut. They don't want to do one-time cuts. They want They want to cut every week at $40 a week, and I'm sure as hell not going to spend $200 or $160 a month cutting my yard. Thanks, but no thanks.
Hey, thanks for the quick math there too. I didn't know there was 5 weeks in a month.
Sometimes there are.
Anywho,
who was I talking to? I was talking to someone the other day. We were talking about like salaries and weekly pay, and they couldn't understand that there were 52 weeks in a year, even though when you add it up, there's only 48 weeks if you go by 4 weeks per month. But there's 52 weeks of the year. There's an extra month in there, actually, if you think about it. 12 times 4 is 48. You add 4 more weeks, which is another month, 52. Think about it for a minute. We're losing it. Where's this extra month coming from? Where's it going? You're welcome, Justin. So this is a great thing. This is what I like about our show. Is like we started one thing. Nope. I'm going to do this. We started one thing.
Jeez, man.
Oh, good stuff. Hey, I just blew your mind, didn't I?
You know what that is? That's fuzzy math. That's that fuzzy math.
How is that fuzzy math?
Because
that's the standard. That's the imperial standard, man.
What are you, Darth Vader? All of a sudden, would you shut up with that imperial stuff?
Caesarean standard, whatever, Julian standard, I guess. I don't know whatever you want to call it.
Gregorian. I mean, if you want to go there.
Gregorian. There we go. All right, Gregorian. There we go.
No, if you go through the calendar and count weeks, it adds up to 52. There's not there. You have to remember, there's half weeks in a month. No,
I get it. So that would be 4.5 weeks. Limiting the math from 4 weeks to 4.5 weeks, but we don't look at things that way.
Will you stop it? When people say months, they think of 30 or 31 days. They don't think there's 4 weeks in a month.
That's the argument I was having with this person the other day. It's not always a 4-week month. And then you get into the leap year. Oh man, let's get in the leap year there.
So what I mean by half weeks is if the month starts on Tuesday or Wednesday. That's what
it goes Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. He just skips Thursday, Friday, and Saturday altogether, Vanessa.
No, if I'm skipping something, it's going to be Monday, Tuesday.
I can get
me, boy.
behind that. So yeah. Anyway, 52 weeks. Sometimes there are more than 4 weeks in. It's like 5 Sundays, 26 paydays, depending on how you're paid. Some people are paid every. Yeah, that's true.
Oh, here we go. What
do we got? Chuck claims he's constantly busy, but really he's having these dumb arguments. Kim, I was wondering, were you going to chime in and kick me in the balls tonight?
There it is. Consider your balls kicked.
So for those of you who may wonder why I'm looking up every once in a while, not that I think you're really wondering.
We aren't.
My portion of the show is done in the basement of the house that I'm in. And every once in a while, they get condensation on the pipes.
That's what she said.
Thank you. And so, yeah, water drip. So if you see me fry, it's because, something is shorted out. But yeah.
Well,
so Kim says she's been holding off.
On live camera.
Dude, Justin says he really was concerned. Well, I don't have anything flying overhead at me or anything like that.
Yeah, you don't have that intense fly on your hat anymore.
No, he keeps flying around and bugging me. So that's all right. I'm going to get his.
You're going to do the Miyagi top stick chop?
No, I'm going to smash him with my hands. I actually caught one earlier with my hand, midair too. I know, no pictures. It didn't happen, but it happened.
I don't believe you.
It happened. Oh, yes, it happened.
Anyway, Kim says she's been holding off. You're lucky. 45 minutes. Yeah. Oh, I just saw it's on your hat again, Mr. Pence. Yep, there he is.
Quick, snap a shot. There he goes. Hey, it's even on a white headset.
You must smell really good.
There he goes. Yes.
To
a fly, anyway. That's not something I want to smell good to.
Yeah.
Maybe a fly lady, but not a fly,
We'll just call you Chet. I'm just going to leave that there.
Oh, speaking of movies, and what a great movie that was, huh?
Weird Science, yes.
Yeah.
Don't you wish you could do that as a kid too? Well, maybe not a kid, maybe a teenager. Don't you wish you could do that?
There are a lot of things I wish I could have done as a teenager. Vanessa says sick.
But
that's
if she says sick, that means she gets it.
Yeah. One of the late Bill Paxton's great movies.
That and Twister.
Yeah. Good stuff. So, well, so far I think this show's been pretty good, given that, we had a little bit of a curveball thrown at us, but that's okay.
That's all right.
I think, next week we're going to have a couple ladies on here. Yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah, that's my understanding.
San Andreas was awesome.
Good.
Yeah, that was the one. I think that was the one with The Rock, wasn't it?
Yeah. Good action movie.
Yeah. It was better than I thought it was going to be. And if I remember, didn't it have... Right? Yeah, but didn't it have also... Was Carla Gugino in that movie also?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, there he goes.
Oh, yeah.
What you think is water dripping off the pipe is not water dripping off the pipe.
Okay, that's enough of that.
Oh, sorry.
It's a semi-family friendly show.
Semi.
What was the name of that show that she was in?
Kim. She's killing me, Smalls. She's killing me.
Bill Paxton, great movies don't belong in the same sentence.
You're biased.
Man, what was... Carla Gugino was in a short-lived series back in I want to say it was the early 90s, maybe late 80s. She was a detective. That's like when I first got my first dose of her, and I was like, oh, man, I think I could really...
Hang on. I will research.
All right, well, while you're doing that, I'm going to say, Tricia, welcome to the show. Appreciate you watching tonight. Definitely appreciate that. Who else we got out there? We didn't do our call-outs yet. We know we got Kim and Justin and Vanessa and...
What is
the other Kim
room? What are you doing?
Hey, you know what?
You gonna look through your mirror?
Well, you know what? If it wasn't for our viewers, we wouldn't even be here. Like, we appreciate all of you guys.
Absolutely, but you're calling them out like this is romper room.
Hey, you know what? I think that recognition should be given where recognition is due, and this show is. Thanks, Trish. This show is simply about the viewers, and. If you didn't notice tonight, a lot of your comments have actually redirected our show, which is that's a great thing because that's really what we want. I don't know. Justin, the grandbabies are great; they're doing fantastic. I do know that Kim says she loved Romper Room and the Magical Mirror. All right, very cool. There you go, Mac.
Hey, I'm not dogging anybody. I'm just saying it's just the way you said it.
So, Trish, this is exciting. It says she's going to Vegas to compete August 6th to the 13th. All right. I'm guessing that Trish is at pool. Is that what you're going to shoot pool? I think that's what she...
what kind of contest is it? Let's see. Carla Gugino was in Entourage.
No, it was before Entourage.
Okay. Spin City?
Not before Spin City, which, speaking of TV shows, is a fantastic one.
Doogie Howser? You watched Falcon Crest, didn't you?
No, my mom did. I think my grandmother watched Falcon Crest.
Falcon Trez?
Falcon Chest. I mean, I don't know. Trish says, yes, ladies 8-ball and 9-ball shootout and team captains. Awesome, Trish. Well, good luck on your competition, and that's awesome. Hope you bring back that trophy, and if it's a financial reward, hope you bring that back too. Monetary. I can't say financial.
You were watching Troop Beverly Hills, weren't you?
Troop Beverly Hills. I haven't seen that movie in forever.
That's good because I never have.
Yeah, I'll admit to watching it.
Yeah, I can totally see that.
So Trish has money and trophy.
Money.
All right. Well, Trish, when you get out there, I tell you what. If you're out there, you're free on a Sunday night. Let's get you on live from Vegas. That would be awesome. We could have you come on the show, kind of tell us how you're doing out there and what you think of it. And
you know what would happen to us? Do you know what would happen to us? We'd get her on, since she's in Vegas. You know what's legal there? There'd be something going on in a crook of a building somewhere. We'd have to
well, I'm hoping she's not hanging out in seedy places like that.
Cut the feed.
But no, we'd love to have some kind of on-site correspondent. That would be great. Vanessa says it's cookie time.
What about peanut butter jelly time?
Peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time. I know that's not really singing, so I could do that one. So she says it's awesome there. Trish says this is her 5th time going. Okay, all right.
Never been to
great.
Vegas.
I'm going to go at some point. I know I'm possibly going to California in October. That'd
Are
be
you going
nice.
to California with an aching in my heart. Thank you, Robert Plant. Sorry.
Yeah, I didn't get that one.
Yeah, I didn't think you did. You kind of.
I'm like, So Trish says the first time that she went there, she went to Fremont Street, and all she can say is "wow." So hey, maybe that might be something that we could have you broadcast from.
From the
Tell you
zip
what,
line. The zip line.
If it's something like
Flying through
really
Vegas.
juicy or really juicy, a little racy, give our buddy Darren a call. He might put you on his show. Darren loves that stuff.
You know, it'd be cool. Getting somebody to come on live as they're going down the zip line through Fremont Street.
Dude, that would be so cool. So yeah, no, that would be super cool.
Yes, but if they have a sudden stop, we don't want to do that. So we need to have like a dump button installed somewhere.
Well, there is a
going on the
20-second
zip line.
delay, but
Okay.
yeah, there's a 20-second delay, but I don't know that we could catch it in time.
I
Like
don't
we
think
could kill the feed, but you know,
Hey, George of the Jungle, watch out for that! Oh,
another
You're
great
not going on the
cartoon
zip
show.
line. She's not going on the zip line.
No, that's okay. Maybe if I make it out there, I'll do the show from Vegas. How cool would that be to have someone do that?
With like a GoPro.
Oh, dude, I've got one actually.
I know you do.
So yeah, we could totally do something like that. I'm not sure. I got to think about. I'm gonna look at my travel dates, but I think
I was
I'm
gonna say,
actually coming
if
back.
you're going to California, are you going to be gone on a Sunday?
I don't know. I've got to look at my travel dates to see what they are. Kim could probably answer that if she's still watching.
Kim, are you still there?
Kim, I know that her and Jim are staying a couple extra days longer than I am.
Are they?
Yeah, so I've got to look at my travel dates. That's if they don't lock everything down again. If they lock everything down, I may just postpone the trip or go with them some other time, because I don't want to go to California and have to wear a mask all the time and just not enjoy myself. And, you know, can you have a good time and have to wear a mask? Sure you can. I don't want to, you know. So I would rather be unrestricted, you know, when I'm, you know, traveling the country or whatever. The movie with Brendan Fraser was awful. Was that Encino Man that you're talking about, Vanessa?
Or Airheads?
Airheads. Oh, there's an Adam Sandler classic for you.
Classic, yeah. Classic, never mind.
George of the Jungle. Oh, yes. Oh, Vanessa, I couldn't even bring myself to watch it.
Didn't see it. I think there's a reason why.
Yeah, I couldn't even bring myself to watch it.
Hey, but if they're going to offer you $10 million, are you going to turn it down? Probably not.
Well, no, I'm not turning it. Dude, it's where I'm going down on $20, much less 10 million. $20. So, yeah, she says the trailer was the only decent part.
Well, that's because they pull out the best parts of the movie, and I guess the best parts of the movie was only 20 seconds long.
Yeah. You know, it's kind of the same thing with video game movies. You know, when you make movies out of cartoons, sometimes that can be okay. I think Masters of the Universe was kind of borderline.
Speaking of which, the new Netflix series that just came out.
Yeah.
I binged it last night. Five or six episodes? I can't remember. Amazing.
Yeah, how was it?
Amazing.
Really? Now, have you seen any? Now, don't man out on me here, or whatever. I mean, be honest. Have you seen or has your daughter watched any of the new She-Ra series?
Not. I don't even know where it is.
Yeah, they've definitely modernized it for sure.
Well, they kind of modernized this one too, so they made it socially relevant. Let me just put it that way.
The He-Man one?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a little bit of what they've done with She-Ra also. Not overly from what I understand. I've only seen a couple scenes. Naturally, it's the most controversial scene that's going to make the news or whatever,
right, or
the Facebook rounds. But, you know, I was just curious if they had done that with He-Man also. Now, that was originally...
Now, I will tell you this. You do know who Skeletor is voiced by, right?
Not now. I don't. I mean, it was Frank Langella back in the 80s.
Frank Langella, no, wasn't. He was the one who played the character in that.
Oh, that's right. You're right.
Movie.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
No,
I thought the movie was fair. Fair. I didn't say great or good. I said fair. Anyway, who's the new Skeletor?
Mark Hamill.
Oh, you know what? I think I did read that. He does a great Joker, man. As far as animated Joker goes,
Hands down. Hands down.
Fantastic. I wouldn't mind seeing him possibly in an older version of Joker. Like, so the Justice League movie that came out had an older version of Batman, right? They kind of based his Batman very loosely on the Dark Knight Returns series. I wouldn't mind seeing Mark Hamill as an older Joker, like Joker up in his ears or something like that. That would be cool.
Well, it depends on what reality you're following, because there's been so many where the Joker comes back, dies.
Right.
It really
Doppelgangers,
depends. Right. It just really depends on what you're watching.
Yeah, and they did a lot of that back. I mean, that's one of the beauties of comics, I guess, is you can pretty much do whatever you want.
Right.
And comics tend to suspend reality completely anyway. Mm-hmm. So the Joker stories have always been interesting. Back when Batman '89 came about and Jack Nicholson's Joker died, there was talk about, kind of that same situation if Nicholson could play the Joker again. Interestingly enough, though, even though Nicholson's not coming back, Michael Keaton is coming back as Batman. Did you hear that?
I did hear that, and it kind of goes along with the whole Batman Beyond cartoon.
Yeah. So apparently Michael Keaton has signed on to do at least 3 new DCEU movies, The Flash being the first one. Mm-hmm. And there's talk of a Batman Beyond movie because obviously with both Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton coming back to play Batman, they're going to start playing the multiverse angle,
right?
Which they've done in the TV show a little bit. And I'm not sure how much of that you follow.
What was that kid's name? Terry from the cartoon Batman Beyond.
Yeah, I don't know.
Terry something. I can't remember what the character.
Yeah, you're right on. It started with an M. No, was it McGuire? What was it? McGinnis.
Terry McGinnis? Okay.
Yeah, I think it was McGinnis. I don't know. Vanessa says our captions are spelling it Cairo. Wasn't that the Chiquita Banana lady? No, what was her name?
Charo.
Charo, yes. Charo, good. That's
no, it was Coochie.
That's Kim Boyer's favorite person, Charo.
Coochie.
So yeah, Terry McGinnis, I think, was that character's name. But anyway, I'm interested to see how those are going to come out. The newer movies. I really wish that, and we could do an entire show on this also. Just the different comic book movies that are coming out. And I mean, there are a lot of other podcasts that do things like that. If you don't watch Fat Man Beyond, that's pretty good. It's the Kevin Smith podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah, him and there's another guy that do it. Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, Kevin Smith, obviously, he's pretty up on all that stuff. So,
well, I think if I'm not mistaken, he did the new He-Man one on Netflix. Kevin Smith
did he? Oh, did he?
I think.
That wouldn't surprise me because he was actually slated, I think, to originally do the Daredevil movie when it came out, which they really should have stuck with him doing the Daredevil movie. So Disney, if you're paying attention, Kevin Smith, Daredevil movie, I think we'd all be game for that.
Yes. Kevin Smith was the executive producer on the new He-Man cartoon on Netflix.
Was it? That doesn't surprise me. He's into all that stuff, which is kind of cool.
All the comic book universe.
Yeah. Well, there's Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash. I think there's a.
Isn't that his podcast?
Well, I think he may do one like that. I think he's got that store in Red Bank, New Jersey.
Okay.
And a friend of mine has actually been there a couple times, which I'd love to go out there. I think that would be really cool.
Heck yeah.
So, yeah. Well, hey, man, we made it to an hour this week and didn't really have much to talk about.
Yeah.
Kind of went a little bit here, a little bit there, but, that's okay.
So you can say we BS'd our way through it again?
I think we did. And we kept we kept our viewers for the most part, which is kind of cool.
We had a lot of interaction.
Yeah, it was nice. We appreciate all you guys coming on and just, talking with us tonight.
Contributing to the conversation, letting us take it whatever direction you guys want to talk about, which is the whole basis of this.
Yeah. Yeah, so if there's something you guys do want to talk about, shoot us ideas. You can reach us at macchuck2020@gmail.com. Mac, if you want to throw that up there real quick, people can kind of get a glimpse on that. And so, yeah, just let us know what you want to talk about. We are going to be doing the Supernatural show. We're putting some things in place for that. We've got some people we're talking to kind of line that up. We are going to be bringing some more city stuff to you guys. A while back, we had kind of a production meeting. We were talking a little bit about what we were going to do. And while we do want to keep it on a local platform, if there are national things you guys want to talk about, let us know that also. You will actually find that Mac and I, while we have similar beliefs, we do have differing beliefs at times. And, it's always an entertaining show when we're talking about those things. And we'd love to hear your input, and you can hear our input. It may be the same as yours. It may not. But it's always nice to hear different points of view, and we're always open to talking about those things.
And what's always the main rule when we get into these types of discussions?
That we walk away friends, and we respect one another, and we don't treat each other like crap.
And we don't shout over everybody.
Right.
Because you know what happens when you start shouting over everybody? Dissolves the conversation, doesn't become a conversation anymore.
Right. No one wants to hear or see that. Not any decent human being, anyway. Kim says she's all in for that show. Kim, and are we hearing about the paranormal show that you're all in for, the Supernatural show, or the which show are you in for? Because we'd love to bring it to you live. And let us know, like, if you guys have people that you'd like to hear from, let us know. We'll reach out to them, and Mac and I have a couple people that kind of facilitate conversations for us if we can't get to them right away. And I want to give a shout out to Lisa. Man, she's doing an awesome job. When she's reaching out to people to talk about. Lisa, we thank you very much for the hard work that you put in for the show. I mean, no one's getting paid here. So we definitely appreciate it, and we appreciate your dedication to making sure we've got a quality show.
And Chuck bucks don't spend. I just want to remind everybody of that. Right. Can't pay the mortgage with Chuck bucks. So,
but yeah, so we'll bring that paranormal show to you. Got a couple other things in the works. Stay tuned for the city stuff. The Mayor's Listening Series. What is it, August 2nd and 16th? I think is what Mark said earlier.
Correct.
All right. We'll close out with this. Kim says it's city local. Good. And 62040 is moving toward the races again. So if you guys haven't subscribed to that page or are following that page and you're local to the Granite City area, I highly recommend you do. There's a lot of conversation that goes on there, and it's good, positive, constructive conversation, not tearing each other down. I mean, like any Facebook group, you're going to get your jacklegs that are, going to veer the conversation off. But
you are going to get that, but you're going to get people that are concerned and frustrated, which everybody understands. But there's a way to communicate that and a way not to.
Right. So we always encourage positive talk, constructive talk, and I think with that, I don't think I've got anything else tonight. Mac, how about yourself?
Go coat your throat, man.
Dude, I got to find something to eat, and I may make some hot tea with some lemon and honey later on. I don't know yet, but it's been a rough day, that's for sure.
Okay. What?
Let's do a public service announcement tomorrow. If you're working in St. Louis County has instituted an indoor mask mandate again. Can't wait for that. But yep. So we did our part. Right there. If you're in St. Louis County, you're indoor. That's okay, Shelby. You can watch the replay. But I hope you're enjoying your birthday, sweetie. But yeah, mask mandate, St. Louis County starts again tomorrow. I'm sure Illinois is not far behind. So just, I think with that, I don't have anything else. Stay close to the show. Oh, you know what? Let me get one more thing, if I can. Do you mind? And then so for the people who are still on, so typically in the past, we were doing midweek announcements, and I just want to kind of get your feedback as listeners to the show and viewers of the show. Do you like the midweek announcements? Do you want to know what we're going to talk about ahead of time? Does that help you?
Or do you like to be surprised?
So just let us know. What kind of content would you like to see come from us? This is something that's really important to us, because we want to know what we can bring you. So there's a yes. Kim says yes. She likes the midweek stuff. So we'll start working on that. Work on being a little more consistent with that.
Yep.
And we talked a little bit about this before, and I think everyone prefers the live format as opposed to pre-recorded format. So I think we're going to keep it live. I
prefer it that way because
I think so too.
It's organic.
It is. It seems to flow a little better, and So yeah, I think that I think that the live format is probably the best one also. So Kim, appreciate your feedback. Shelby, happy birthday, sweetie. You got at least watch the beginning of it. I gave you a nice little happy birthday. Wish
you had a little. You had a little lump right here, didn't you?
Yeah, something like that. Like I said, I love my baby. I used to say I love my baby girl and then my baby girls, but now I love all three of my baby girls. So, all right, I think with that, I'm done for the night.
Okay, good.
You guys have a great week.
See ya.